Ever boarded a flight and watched someone breeze past you, settling into an unbelievably spacious seat while you're still wrestling with your carry-on, dreading the middle seat you paid for? What if I told you the difference between that stressed-out traveler and the one already sipping a drink with acres of legroom isn't just luck? There's a secret, perfectly legal, and ridiculously effective trick to virtually guarantee yourself a better, more comfortable, and often free airplane seat on almost every single flight you take. This isn't just for the savvy traveler. It's for anyone who's sick of cramped knees and feeling utterly exhausted before their trip even truly begins. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll possess the master key phrase that unlocks a world of comfort you didn't even know existed. The catch? You have to understand why they hide it, and then you have to be ready to use it. The airlines thrive on predictability and your willingness to pay extra for comfort. This information disrupts their perfectly crafted system. It's about leveraging their own rules against them, in your favor. And today, BoardiFly is exposing the entire playbook. We're going to dive into specific strategies, the exact language to use, and reveal a hidden gem later in this video that's even more powerful than what you think you're about to learn now. Ready to reclaim your airspace? Trick number 1, the power of strategic procrastination for premium economy. Let's kick things off with a concept that sounds wrong but is oh so right. Strategic procrastination. Airlines want to sell you upgrades, right? Premium economy, those seats with a few extra inches of legroom, better recline, maybe even an upgraded meal. They price them high initially to catch the eager beavers and business travelers. But what happens if those seats don't sell? Airlines despise empty seats, especially premium ones. An empty seat represents lost revenue. As the departure time draws closer, if those premium economy seats haven't sold, airlines face a dilemma. They'd rather have someone in that seat than let it go empty. This is your sweet spot. This whole benefit exists because the airline's mandate is to maximize profit per flight. If a premium seat isn't selling, its value diminishes drastically close to departure. It becomes a liability. Here's your action plan. Monitor the seat map. Days and hours before your flight, keep checking the airline's seat map. Look for premium economy sections that are still largely empty. Avoid early seat selection. If you're targeting an upgrade, sometimes not selecting a seat immediately after booking can work in your favor, especially if you're flying solo. Check-in window. The sweet spot often begins around 24 hours before departure when online check-in opens. Airlines might start assigning unallocated premium seats to general economy passengers to balance the aircraft or simply fill them. Gate agent is key. As always, the people at the gate have the ultimate power here. If you see a significant number of premium economy seats open at the 24-hour mark and you haven't selected a seat yet, often the system will automatically assign you one of those open seats during check-in to balance the aircraft. It's an algorithm's way of tidying up. When checking in, always review the seat map. If premium economy looks sparse, consider not selecting a standard seat and letting the system potentially gift you one. Trick number 2, the weight and balance game, your secret weapon. All right, this next one is pure gold, and it's something airlines absolutely have to do for safety: weight and balance. An airplane is a finely tuned machine that needs its weight distributed precisely. This isn't just about total weight, it's about where that weight is. And guess what? This operational necessity is your secret entry point to a better seat. Every flight has a load master or flight dispatcher responsible for creating a load sheet. This dictates how passengers and cargo are distributed to maintain stability. If too many people are bunched up, say, at the front or the back, it can create issues. Airlines prefer to spread people out. This means if the back of the plane is empty, but the front economy seats are full, they might need to move people. This isn't a customer service perk. It's a non-negotiable safety mandate from aviation authorities worldwide. Improper weight and balance can lead to catastrophic accidents. Therefore, the ground crew and gate agents have the authority to move passengers around if the distribution isn't optimal. Here's how you play the game. Observe the cabin. As you board, take a quick mental note of where people are congregating. If one section, especially the very back or a specific middle section, looks unusually empty, your chances improve. Strategic seat selection. Initial. If you're not going for the premium economy gamble, consider selecting a seat in a less desirable area initially, like the very last row. This makes you a prime candidate for a voluntary move. The gate agent power play. This is where you speak up. Polite inquiry, not demand. Approach the gate agent before boarding, or if you're desperate, a flight attendant after boarding is complete. If a flight is light and they've closed boarding, sometimes the flight attendants will proactively ask passengers to move to balance the plane. If you've been polite and made a good impression, you might be offered a much better seat than just a different economy spot, simply because you're seen as a helpful passenger. When speaking to the gate agent, politely ask, "Are there any opportunities to assist with weight and balance or reseating today?" Trick number 3, the operational necessity lottery, your chance at exit rows. This next one targets those glorious exit row seats. You know, the ones with acres of legroom that usually cost a premium. Well, sometimes airlines have to give them away for free, and you can be the lucky recipient. Aviation regulations require that passengers seated in exit rows meet specific criteria. They must be able-bodied, willing to assist in an emergency, and understand crew commands. If for whatever reason, the initially assigned passengers for these seats don't meet the criteria, or if the flight has been reshuffled, the airline must fill those seats with qualified individuals. This is your window of opportunity. This is a strict regulatory requirement for passenger safety. An exit row isn't just extra legroom. It's a critical safety function. This creates a last-minute scramble to find suitable passengers, which often happens right at the gate. Follow these steps. Dress the part. Subtly. Looking alert, capable, and confident can subconsciously signal to staff that you meet the exit row criteria. Arrive early. Be at the gate well before boarding begins. Direct, polite inquiry. Don't beat around the bush. Confirm eligibility. Be ready to confirm that you understand and are willing to assist in an emergency. If you see a gate agent trying to move someone out of an exit row, that's your cue to politely offer your services, as they clearly need a replacement fast. At the gate, approach the agent and say, "I understand exit row seats require specific qualifications. If there are any available that need to be filled by an eligible passenger, I'd be happy to assist." Now, before we get into the final 2 crucial steps, let me just drop a little bombshell. Everything I've told you so far is incredibly powerful. Yes, it will change the way you fly. But there's one specific strategy we'll cover next that is so counterintuitive, so far outside the conventional wisdom of airline travel, that it can override all other strategies and land you in an absolute dream seat, even when the flight looks completely full. It's the ultimate hidden gem of this trick. This is the trick that airlines truly don't want you to know, because it directly challenges their revenue model in the most profound way. Prepare yourselves for trick number 4, the art of the split reservation, the ultimate free upgrade gambit. This is the big one, the master key, the hidden gem I promised. It's called the split reservation, or the ghost upgrade technique, and it works best when you're flying with a companion, but crucially, when you don't necessarily need to sit next to each other. This leverages a very specific operational protocol within airlines, and it's brilliant. Airlines often have a limited number of premium seats they hold back. When a flight is overbooked in economy, or when they need to make space, they look for solo passengers to upgrade. Why? Because moving one person is simpler than finding 2 adjacent premium seats for a couple. This is where your split reservation becomes pure gold. This strategy works because airlines prioritize operational efficiency and minimizing disruption. If they have to move passengers, they will always try to move single passengers into premium seats first. By splitting your reservation, you're effectively telling the system, "Hey, here are 2 separate solo travelers," even though you're flying together. Your ultimate playbook, book as normal. Book your flight for both you and your companion as a single reservation initially. Wait for confirmation. Once confirmed, immediately call the airline's customer service number. The split request. Politely request that your reservation be split into 2 separate reservations. Explain that you might have different travel plans later. Crucially, ensure you both retain your original confirmed seats if you have them. Monitor your flights. Both you and your companion are now technically solo travelers in the airline system. Be prepared for the call. If the flight is overbooked, they're much more likely to call one of the solo passengers from your original party for an upgrade. The double chance. You now have two separate chances for an upgrade because the airline sees two individual travelers, each a candidate. If you and your companion are flexible about sitting together, one of you might get a fantastic upgrade and the other remains in economy. One incredible seat is better than two mediocre ones. When calling to split your reservation, simply say, "I'd like to split my reservation into two separate bookings, but please ensure we retain our current seat assignments if possible." Trick number 5, the art of polite persistence, asking on board. This final trick is less about a system exploit and more about human interaction. The art of polite persistence after boarding. Sometimes all the magic happens once the cabin doors are closed. Once the aircraft doors are closed, the gate agents are gone and the flight attendants are in charge. They know exactly which seats are truly empty, including those premium ones that might not have been sold or allocated. They also have the authority to move passengers to balance the plane or simply to make a flight more comfortable, especially if there's an issue with a passenger's assigned seat. Flight attendants want a smooth, happy flight. If there are empty premium seats, it costs the airline nothing to move a deserving or polite passenger. Your final opportunity. Be patient. Don't ask immediately. Wait until boarding is complete, the doors are closed, and the flight attendants have finished their initial safety checks and passenger count. Observe the cabin. Again, look around. Are there obvious empty seats in premium economy or even standard economy rows with extra space? Find a moment. Approach a flight attendant during a lull. Be polite, specific, and flexible. Don't demand, inquire. If you notice a problem with your assigned seat, say the recline doesn't work or the light is broken, this becomes your golden ticket. Politely inform a flight attendant. If there are empty premium seats, they are highly likely to move you there as a service recovery gesture. After the doors close, if you spot an empty premium seat, discreetly ask a flight attendant, "Excuse me, I noticed there are some empty seats in the premium economy/exit row section. Would it be possible to move there if no one is assigned?" Conclusion and final takeaways. There you have it, BoardiFly family. The secrets are out. No more being stuck in the middle seat when opportunity knocks. Remember this master key phrase, the ultimate phrase that combines curiosity, politeness, and leveraging airline operations. I'm curious about opportunities to assist with operational needs or reseating today, especially if there are unassigned premium economy or exit row seats. This isn't about being pushy. It's about being informed and politely assertive. Use these strategies, monitor seat maps, leverage weight and balance, understand exit row rules, master the split reservation for upgrades, and always ask politely on board. When to apply this advice: 24 hours before flight, online check-in; at the gate, pre-boarding; right after boarding, once doors are closed. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever successfully used a trick to get a better seat? What was your secret? Share your stories and tips in the comments below. Your experience could help another BoardiFly traveler soar higher. If you found this playbook valuable, hit that like button, subscribe to BoardiFly for more insider travel hacks, and check out these other videos on how to travel smarter, not harder. Until next time, happy flying.